Tonight's story is about a journalist named Alex who learned the hard way that some places are abandoned for a reason, and some warnings should never be ignored. This is the story of the abandoned radio station and the final broadcast that should have stayed lost forever. It all started with a rumour. Alex, a curious journalist always chasing the next big story, heard whispers about an old radio station in a remote town. Decades ago, it was famous not for its music or talk shows, but for its mysterious broadcasts, strange signals, cryptic messages, and then silence. The station shut down overnight, and no one ever figured out why. But the most chilling rumour of all, the final broadcast. A transmission that aired just before the station went dark, warning listeners to stay away. Naturally, Alex couldn't resist. The station was exactly what you'd expect from a place forgotten by time. Crumbling walls, shattered windows, and an air of something off. But the real horror was inside. The control room was frozen in time, dust-covered equipment, chairs knocked over, and a single cassette tape sitting on the console. It was labelled in bold red letters, "Do not play." Now, I don't know about you, but if I found a tape with a warning like that, I'd leave it alone. But Alex played it, and that's when everything went wrong. Leave now. At first, it was just a voice. Calm, almost robotic. But then it changed. It grew louder, angrier, and it wasn't just coming from the speakers anymore. It was everywhere. The lights flickered, the equipment sparked, and the doors click-locked shut. Alex was trapped. The voice wasn't just a recording. It was alive, a presence, feeding on fear, twisting the station into a nightmare. Alex tried to escape, but every door led back to the control room. Every shadow seemed to move, and the voice, it started to sound familiar. Like it knew Alex, like it had been waiting. Then came the twist. Alex found old documents hidden in the station. The town had a dark secret. The radio station wasn't just for entertainment, it was part of an experiment. Mind control. The broadcasts were designed to manipulate, to test, to break people. And the voice? It wasn't a ghost. It was the experiment itself, a residual force feeding on anyone who dared to enter. But the real horror came when Alex realised the truth. They weren't just investigating the experiment, they were part of it. The voice revealed the unthinkable. Alex wasn't a journalist. They were a test subject, created by the experiment, trapped in a loop of fear and manipulation. The station, the tape, the voice it, was all designed for them. In the end, Alex had a choice. Stay trapped, a prisoner of the experiment forever, or destroy the station and risk being destroyed with it. The last thing Alex heard as they reached for the power switch was the voice screaming, "You'll never escape." Did Alex escape? Or are they still there, trapped in the station, reliving the nightmare over and over? We may never know. But this story serves as a warning. Some mysteries are better left unsolved, and some tapes should never be played. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to erase your worst memories? To wipe away the pain, the guilt, the trauma? For Emma, that temptation led her to a small forgotten town called Evershade. But what she found there wasn't solace, it was a nightmare. This is the story of the Memory Eater. Emma arrived in Evershade, hoping to escape the pain of losing her sister in a tragic accident. The town was quiet, almost too quiet, with an air of something off. But Emma wasn't there for the scenery. She'd heard rumours of an ancient ritual called the passing, a way to transfer memories from one person to another. At first, it sounded like a way to forget her pain. But in Evershade, nothing is as it seems. The ritual was simple. Sit in a circle, hold hands and let the memories flow. But the memories Emma absorbed weren't just random thoughts. They were dark, twisted secrets, fears, regrets, and horrors buried deep in the minds of the townspeople. And with each memory she took, something inside her grew stronger. That something was the Devourer, a malevolent entity that fed on fear and trauma. The more memories Emma absorbed, the more powerful it became. It whispered to her in her dreams, twisted her thoughts, and slowly began to take control. Emma realized too late that she wasn't just a participant in the ritual, she was a vessel. The truth was horrifying. The Devourer had been using the passing for decades, feeding on the town's collective pain. And now it needed Emma to absorb every last memory, so it could break free and consume everything. But Emma wasn't going to let that happen. In a desperate act of defiance, Emma performed a reverse passing. One by one, she returned the memories she'd absorbed, even as the Devourer screamed in her mind, threatening to destroy her. The pain was unbearable, but Emma held on, determined to save the town and herself. When it was over, the Devourer was gone, but the scars remained. Emma left Evershade, knowing that some memories can never be erased. The past will always be a part of her, a reminder of what she survived and what she almost lost. Imagine tuning your radio late at night, searching for something, anything to break the silence. But instead of music or chatter, you hear a voice that knows your name, a voice that tells you things it shouldn't know. For Jack, a man who lived for the crackle of the airwaves, that voice wasn't just strange, it was a warning. This is the story of Echo -7, a broadcast that didn't just predict the future, it shaped it. It all started with a signal. Jack was scanning the airwaves late one night when he stumbled upon a station called Echo -7. The broadcast was strange, a monotone voice predicting events with terrifying accuracy. A car accident on Main Street, a power outage in the next town, even a murder. At first, Jack thought it was a prank, but then the predictions started coming true. Determined to uncover the truth, Jack tracked the signal to an abandoned radio station. The place was frozen in time, dusty equipment, broken furniture, and an eerie silence that made his skin crawl. But it wasn't empty. Something was there, watching, waiting. In a hidden room, Jack found an unmarked tape. Against his better judgment, he played it. The broadcast began, but this time it was different. The voice wasn't just predicting the future, it was warning him, and then it said his name. Jack realized the broadcast wasn't just a recording, it was alive. It was reacting to him, predicting his every move. And the predictions weren't just about the world around him, they were about him. A catastrophic event, a disaster that would change history, and Jack was at the centre of it. The truth was horrifying. Echo -7 wasn't just a radio station, it was a warning from the past, a desperate attempt to prevent a future disaster. But the broadcast wasn't just a message, it was a trap. Every listener, every prediction, every event was part of a loop. And Jack was the final piece. In a heart-pounding climax, Jack confronted the source of the broadcast, a supernatural force tied to the station's dark past. But the twist? The disaster wasn't just about him. It was about everyone who'd ever listened to Echo -7. Jack had a choice: destroy the tape and stop the broadcast, risking his own existence, or let the prophecy unfold, dooming countless lives.